I'm Greg Potter, and I'm doing a DrumWise Meets again.
So, Greg, last time we spoke, when you did the previous DrumWise meets, we saw some of
Yes.
your monsters, and you told us that you've got quite a good sort of buddy-rich collection of things, obviously. But first, talk to us about your new bass drum that you've got.
Yes, I wanted to show you that because that's pretty cool. Now it's not, it's not a vintage buddy piece, but any of these things like we did with the trick snare drum, the trick Buddy Rich Centennial snare drum. I mean, it's a new piece of equipment, but it's made to look vintage with the Radio King style lugs, the white marine pearl wrap, but this stuff is all built to be used today. You know what I mean? It's like when you see car collectors and stuff, those old cool vintage 1964 Corvettes are great. They look great, but to drive it compared to something, built today, you know what I mean? So that's how I feel about any of those vintage drums too. I mean, I don't know, other drummers may feel the same way. They just look great, but sometimes they just don't play quite as crisp and neat as new equipment. I mean, I'm saying with this new this little buddy kick, I mean, it's just so responsive. And like I said, I'll get a video of me playing it wide open, but what you'll hear with me doing the practicing, I've got the drum padded up at this point. It's like 20 inches, 20 by 4. So basically like a piccolo bass drum, but I'm saying great for rehearsing or practicing. And then, I'll play it out on a gig. It'll be just as responsive and cool. But yeah, I wanted you to see that. And then of course with the Gibraltar hardware on there. Oh, one other cool thing. Look at this. Look at this. Can you see the etched Buddy Rich shield on the bass drum? Look on this strainer.
I love those. I love those trick throw-offs. They're so cool.
Oh, those trick throw-offs. But you see how he's got the shield etched on that too?
Yeah, that's nice.
You see the little shield and Buddy's signature? So I'm saying there's like detail on this stuff that, I mean, at least we're not putting Creature from the Black Lagoon etchings on this stuff. It's all like cool Buddy Rich stuff. Okay, so that's our latest thing, that little bass drum, which is definitely something to look into, not only for practice situations, but playing live. The thing will sound incredible. Let's see, we could take a walk over here. It's the 25th anniversary memorial, but it was the first one that we did, the first one I got to play, and it was in London at the London Palladium. So, so that's the poster. But when we were going to the London Palladium, Kathy found this in her collection. Check this out. And let me see if I can get it. That was on Buddy's dressing room when he played for the Queen. London Palladium 1978. That's the plaque that was on it. She had it. So when we went back to the London Palladium in 2012, we had that thing. I mean, we put it on the door and lightning actually struck me as I walked in it and the plaque fell off. I'm kidding. But no, but collectible wise, that's pretty cool to have the real Buddy's actual plaque that was on his dressing room. That's pretty good. Here's a one of a kind clear plexiglass Buddy Rich snare drum. I mean it's a newer one, not one of his. We don't have any of Buddy Rich's drums in our home, but we have little. Oh wait, another trinket that sits in here. Check this out. You see that cane there?
Yeah.
That's Sammy Davis's cane. Sammy Davis Jr. I don't know if Buddy played a prank on him or something and took it from the poor guy. But another thing that when we move, Kathy finds like more things. Each time we move, she finds something else. But I think it's pretty funny to you have Sammy Davis's cane. Like, what went on that Buddy Rich ended up with the cane, if you're not teasing the poor guy, who's probably limping around somewhere, limping around London. He's on Carnaby Street, crawling to the gig. But that's okay. Buddy's got his cane. And then Gregg Potter will take it and walk around the house with it. But there's another collectible. Let's see, what else? Oh, here, did I ever show you these pictures here? We just moved, so it's not hung up. But you check this out. Can you see that picture there?
Yes.
Okay, so that's Kathy talking to Buddy, right? At a gig, you see the music stand back there?
Yeah.
Then you see Buddy setting up the mic stand for her. Then you see her singing. There she is recording The Beat Goes On. What is she, 12 years old there?
Wow. Look at his face
those
in
three
that picture as well. That's so cool.
Oh yeah. I mean, the guy was just yeah, he obviously loved when she would sing. But the other cool part, check back, go to the first one. Because here, look at Kathy's face here. You could see she's not quite as into it, as she's a little nervous. But check this out here. Can you see the detail? Like, can you see the picture? Can you see Kathy's arm wrapped around what?
Oh yeah.
What that is a black mink coat.
Okay.
So it's who the mink coat belongs to. So you're going to come out and sing for the first time and record a live album with your dad. And who's sitting in the front row, but somewhere over the rainbow, Judy Garland is sitting right in the front row. And she called Kathy over, or Kathy sat down and like, why are you nervous? Like, I don't want to sing. Because when Kathy went to record The Beat Goes On, she thought she was going to a recording studio. She didn't realize that Buddy was going to have her, recording live, in front of an audience, and that the audience, along with whatever other people are in the venue, but it's going to be Judy Garland sitting in the front row in Hollywood, California, with a mink coat. I mean, come on. Isn't it 100 degrees there all the time? But so imagine that thing looking back at you going, now get up there and sing, done it. But yeah, so that's another little, it'll be hung up eventually, but we just moved a couple of months ago, so we haven't hung everything up. Okay. Okay, one more Buddy Rich thing, because this, like I said, this will go on. Oh, I showed you. Check this out. This is prototype. I don't know. They were going to be made. Oh, I got one other thing to show you too. But can you see? Look at this little drum set. There's a company that's making these. It's a little model. I didn't make this. This is it's a company doing it, but they're making a little Buddy Rich drum set. Wow. And we'll see if the Buddy Rich action figure comes out. But the company is making the little BR kit. But I have one other thing. Oh, you've heard the song, or you've heard Buddy's tune, Dancing Men? Jay Craig from the band gave me this. This is a, I guess there's some kind of Dancing Men, some kind of drink they make there in jolly old England. But yeah, so they make it. Oh, I have one other thing. Some people actually made little Legos of me.
Oh.
Little Lego. You see that? Like a little, oh wait, where is it? A little Lego Gregg Potter.
Oh wow! Oh, that's amazing.
Look at that. Yeah, and they use the Johnny Depp. You see the guy with the hair? They use that little Johnny Depp character to make the Potter. But look at that. Oh, yeah. So I thought I was the only guy at home playing with toys. Can I get that? That's the box. See that little box?
Yeah.
The Zildjian box. Remember that famous Zildjian symbol ad? Hold on a second. Can you see that? The necklace with the symbol, the little Zildjian symbol. Zildjian made these for Buddy and his band. I'll put it on. You can kind of see the size of it because I'm just turn this thing around. But do you see that? I mean, I guess it's not one of a kind. It's like 20 of a kind. But what makes this one of a kind is how I came upon it. It was Buddy actually gave it to the president of the Buddy Rich fan club, a fellow by the Charlie Braun. I believe 1966 until Buddy was done. He ran the Buddy Rich fan club, and Buddy gave him the necklace, and he gave it to me. So that's I think is just that's pretty collectible and pretty
Very cool.
amazing. And but yeah, I mean, if you're doing some editing, I'll send you the picture of Buddy wearing it and Armand Zildjian wearing it,
Oh, yeah,
you know,
do
and
that, yeah.
you could see what it is, you know, so. We can go from the drums to my other rows of things. I mean, I have other collectible things throughout the house here. Take, for instance, the Chamber of Horrors 1964 Aurora guillotine model. And it was like when I was in London, I didn't realize you've been to that place called the London Dungeons.
Yes.
They've got like an amazing collection of guillotine. I mean, guillotines were French, but whatever. You're closer there than you are in Lincoln, Nebraska or something. So they've got an amazing collection of guillotines. But yeah, so there's a model that I built of a guillotine, which is like, you know, if you like that kind of stuff, pretty cool.
So that's a model that you built. Cool.
Oh yes, I built it, but it's, you know, in it actually the blade comes down and the head comes off. What else have I got in this? Oh, here, going down to here, you know my fascination with sharks in the movie Jaws, right?
Yeah.
Here is one of the teeth from one of the actual models used in Jaws. You see me laying inside of the shark's mouth there?
Yeah.
You know, but that's how big the teeth really are from the shark in the movie, which I'll show you. I've got a model of the shark from the movie, but there's one of the real teeth. But that's, you know,
Cool.
If you're a Jaws shark enthusiast, you'd enjoy it. But yeah, so that's in there. Here's a 1964 Ringo Starr model made by Revell.
How's he holding his sticks there? Oh, there we go. Trad grip.
Yeah, but now they're showing him. I mean, he's photographed on the cover of the box. He's holding them traditional, and the model is traditional too. Watch, look at how he's holding the sticks right. I mean, Buddy would be happy, but he's holding them traditional grip there. But I think that would be similar to, like, did you ever see whenever they show drum sets, like in television shows, whoever sets them up, they usually set them up wrong. So you figure the guy making the model probably looked at like a picture of Gene Krupa or something, or Buddy Rich, and like, yeah, let's make it like that. You know, whereas I don't think I've ever seen Ringo play traditional grip. But then again, it's, you know, my dad made the model and painted it for me back in it came out in 64, 65. So that thing's like old. What other Buddy Rich things I have? I don't know. Did you ever see one of these? These were made, I don't know if it's one of a kind, but it's pretty hard to come by. But it's you know, has a pair of Buddy sticks, actual piece of sheet music from West Side Story. You see that, like a plaque with a picture of Buddy. Like I said, each time we move, Kathy finds things that are like, you know, oh yeah, that sat in the garage, or that was in my mom's house. You know, I mean, just like, not throwaway items, but she doesn't see, like me, I'd have it in the office and I'd stare at it every day. Okay, so I got that, and then here, one last Buddy Rich thing here. Check this out. Here's a music stand front. Can you see that? Yeah. You know, like the music stands, those things, they slide in like a film. That's a piece of basically black pearl, like drum wrap, but if you see it up closer, it's hand painted. Whereas now you get those fancy vinyl cut things, but here, like, someone sat and actually painted the BR and painted the Ludwig logo on it. But if you see like Buddy live at the Toronto Jazz Festival, or I think, yeah, or even the Holland Jazz. I mean, you'll see him like later years. He, instead of white marine pearl or white, he used that black pearl. Oh, back to our Jaws collection. Here's a look at this. That's about almost 3 feet long. It's a replica of the shark they used in the movie, the Jaws movie.
In its own tank as well.
Oh well, yeah. It's got to look like he's been preserved, but that's actually so it would be. I don't knock the thing over. Yeah, but
Right.
and then every house has to have a complete, near full size head of a shark mounted somewhere in the house.
Of course.
You know what I mean? And of course, it has to have someone's hand coming out, which means he ate. Oh, of course, that means he ate somebody.
I hadn't seen that. Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to, just in case you were wondering what would be in a shark's mouth, well, someone's hand would be in the mouth. There you go. Well, then we can go over here because of here we have the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Wow.
There's more of the ones I build.
Oh, that's the one I've seen before. Yeah.
Yes, you've seen that one. That one I've actually built during the pandemic. This is actually, this is more money well spent.
That's really cool.
Gregg Potter didn't have a drug habit. He had a buy crappy models habit. But no, the models are, this stuff gets to be a little bit, okay, but here, if you're familiar with the film, The Creature from the Black Lagoon, in the beginning of the movie, the first scene, there's like archaeologists digging out digging out creature fossil, and there's the fossilized hand. Of course, it's what you find with any of this collectible stuff, to trace it back to like here, at least when I've got a Buddy Rich artifact, it came from Kathy, so it's real. You know what I mean? It's like if you see the music stand and it came from Kathy's garage in Palm Springs, odds are it's really Buddy's. But when you get into this collectible stuff, was this the real one from the movie, or was this the one that they used? You know what I'm saying in a nice way. So I don't know what it is. I don't care. I got it from some dentist who needed money, and I got me a creature hand. Yeah. And I can, because I don't want to be a jerk, but do you really think every autograph you get is really basketball great Michael Jordan? That's some guy drunk sitting in a bar with a Sharpie marker going, I could make $3,000. Look at this. Let me sign these basketballs. I'm just saying. Don't sue me. I didn't mean the Michael Jordan. I'm just saying so. But there's my creature. There's a big scary creature mask. Wow. What else do I'm looking for more of the collectible stuff. Oh, okay. Another fascination I have here is, because I'm talking to my good friends in England, the most ultimate horror film director ever, Mr. Alfred Hitchcock. Now, are you familiar with the film Psycho?
Yeah, I have seen it a long time ago.
Okay, so the crux of the movie is that the guy's been dressing up like his mother, and he kept his mother because he was a taxidermist. He taxidermied her and stuffed her and put her in the basement. I mean, nowadays you wouldn't get in trouble for that because it'd probably be cool to do. But so what this is here. Now I know this is a replica. This isn't the real thing, because the real head because in the end. So yeah, the ending of the movie is Vera Miles goes into the fruit cellar, the basement of Norman's house, and there's this mummified woman sitting there. And when they made the movie, they just had basically, a broomstick handle holding this head that looked like, a skeletal woman with a wig on. And so that's a replica. The real one sits in a museum, an Alfred Hitchcock film museum in Paris. So that I know but again, I have these things because I like them, not because, although eventually when Kathy wants another pair of those shoes with the red bottoms, I'll have to sell half this stuff, because those shoes I didn't realize cost as much as a friggin' Porsche. $1,800, $2,700 for a pair of shoes that you walk and you scrape up the bottoms. At least this thing sits in a glass case and no one touches it. But so that's the mother's head. And then we'll move down, because then I have different models of her. There she is, in all put together. And then there's the keychain from the motel room that Janet Leigh goes to, and there's an actual model of the house. So you could see I have actually been stuck in the house for a long friggin' time, because this is actually, as I'm going through this, I'm starting to get nervous, because this is like crazy. I mean, I've got some crazy stuff here. I really do either have to get a job or just leave the house, because this stuff is sick.
Is that
Crazy.
That one that you made? That the house is that?
Oh yeah, of course I did. Yes, this is all, like I built all this stuff and painted it, and I don't even want to get it too far into it. But if you look inside the window there, the little mother is sitting in the bedroom window. Well, I'll have to save it for another time, because I don't have the lights hooked up. But yeah, so yeah, I either got to kick my therapy up to twice a week instead of once, get some friends, or leave the house, because this is actually sick. But yeah, so that's a model I made during the pandemic. Like I said, this stuff sat in storage spaces because we were on the road for 10 years. So I would get stuff, acquire stuff, but I never had time to sit and like build stuff, and so I would just look at it and tell people, like, I got this, I got that, I got this, I got that. And then as it turned out, we're in a pandemic. It's kind of like a nut house. I got all this stuff way before Kathy. Don't worry, I didn't. It's nobody rich money was harmed for any of this stuff in this room. This stuff was all bought years ago, when before I knew that I'd be selling it to buy toilet paper.
So Gregg, thank you for showing us around, your drums, your sharks, your monsters, your dead mothers,
Hey,
all of those things. It's been really cool checking all that stuff out. So thank you.
Yeah, the next time we'll make sure my therapy schedule doesn't interfere, and then you guys can talk to me again.